Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing episode number 8 of I Build Your Teams. It's a series where I build my viewers' teams and the best teams possible for my team on, I guess, my team showdown or whatever you may be playing. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Tons of consistent daily my team content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So, first things first, team comes in from Steven. It's got 300K. Not sure what to do with his PGs. Doesn't like either of his centers. Lonzo's your best point guard. Whoever you prefer between Jordan Poole and Kevin Johnson. I haven't looked at that Jordan Poole card at all, but whoever you prefer between those two guys, make sure they got defensive badges. That'll be your backup PG. Shooting guards, T-Mac and Doug West. I like it. Small forwards, Trevor Ariza. I don't love Dort at this point. I'd sell him and pick up Thabo Sefolosha. I think he's better overall than Dort is. I think that, for me, is a pretty easy upgrade for a nice little budget card and won't really cost you any MT. In fact, you'll probably profit some MT after selling Dort. Obi Toppin is good. Honestly, Sharif is also not bad, and for more of a budget player, I have no issues with those being your power forwards. You don't like Kemp, so sell him. And Purvis Ellison's not bad, but I get it. He's only a Sapphire at this point. If you're looking to buy centers, I think your best bets are Amari Stoudemire, and some people tell me Jamal McGlore's tough. I know he's got a lower 3-ball, but he's a really good-looking inside big, got a good player build. If his release is decent, he's not a bad option. Which, I mean, I've heard his good release is pretty good. So for me, I think Amari's a good upgrade, though. He's better than Sean Kemp, and maybe you even go Kenyon Martin and play him at center if you need a center, or Ronnie Cycli if you can get him pretty affordably. But that's probably what I'd be looking for, is trying to find a couple of centers to pick up with their MT and then swapping out Dort for a budget card in Thabo Sefolosha, who actually is probably a little bit cheaper than Dort is right now. Wish there was more better budget centers. That's one thing I will say that has been unfortunate about my team this year, is the budget cards are a bit limited, and at the center position, they're basically non-existent. Next card comes in from Godly. He says he's thinking about selling Moses, sitting on 75 KMT. This is a decent little team. I like Larry Nance a lot. I think Scotty Barnes also good. Jalen Green, it looks to be sellable, I think. That's not an unsellable logo on him. So I guess my thought process here is, honestly, I think you sell Jalen Green. Chris Paul and Mario Chalmers can then be your point guards. Mario Chalmers is just as good as Jalen Green, in my opinion. I know that may sound crazy to say, but I think he is. That'll make you some MT. I'm assuming you locked in the Ironclad set because you have Dwight, Chet, and Chris Paul all in your collection, or in your lineup, I should say. So I assume you can't really sell any of those guys. So if you are looking to sell somebody to make MT, you could sell Moses Malone, move Larry Nance to your starting 4, and pick up Trevor Ariza or Thabo Sefolosha to be your backup 3. And between selling Jalen Green, Moses Malone, you're probably getting 400K-ish MT total from that, maybe 350K, but either way, you'll have at least 400K MT now, which I think if you do that and you have Chalmers, Ariza, and put Larry Nance as your starting 4, that is going to give you a lot more MT flexibility for the future, to where when you need to be able to pick up a card or two here in a week or two, you have more MT. So that's probably what I would do right now, is sell Jalen Green, sell Moses Malone, and then pick up Ariza for backup 3, Larry Nance starting 4, and then get Mario Chalmers as well. Next squad today comes in from Austin. He says, basically no MT and the whole team is unsellable. I don't know what to do now. You know, that is a fair point. I'm guessing he probably spent all his MT trying to pull Wemby. You do have a very solid base team, though. First of all, Jaime Jaquez is a dog. He should be playing over Kawhi 100%. Honestly, you could even argue that he should be in your starting lineup. That card is really, really good. You have good point guards, Tyrese, Jalen Green, Markelle Fultz. You have good shooting guards. I mean, Cooper, Dr. J, T-Mac, Billy Owens, Jaime Jaquez, all those cards are good cards. You have solid, just a solid 1 through 3. And then Cat and Worthy at the 4, not bad. Ronnie Cycli, Derek Coleman at the 5s, also not that bad. Now, I don't love Derek Coleman personally. I probably would look to maybe put Worthy at the 4, Obi Toppin back up 4, and Cat back up 5 to take Coleman out of the lineup. That's just me. But here's the thing. With that squad, you can rearrange some things, yes. But right now, you don't have enough MT to do anything. So here's the truth. The best way to make MT right now is to go and grind that domination that came out at the beginning of the season. That is 400K or so MT if you sell all the badges you get, is what everybody has told me that the amount of MT they make in total from it is. That's where I would go. I would spend this week grinding domination, selling the badges, selling religiously everything in your collection, stacking as much MT as possible. KCP might even be better than Michael Cooper or Diamond Dr. J. Might even slot in your shooting guards position. I think he's definitely on that level. So, That's what I would do personally. I think if you get that done, you will be in a really, really good spot with your lineup if you are able to get a bunch of MT stacked up from domination. Imlu says whole team is unsellable. He's looking to spend about 500k MT. Doesn't love James Worthy, and Cycly's getting outdated. I don't think Cycly's really getting outdated personally. I think he and Cat are fine. If you're looking to spend 500k MT though, the best spot to spend it on this squad, I think is, well, honestly, the best spot to spend 500k MT on this team is Jaren Jackson Jr. He's the best center you have by far if you pick up Triple J. Or even Pink Diamond Embiid. One of those two. I think one of those two guys at center would be the best upgrade you could make right now for this squad. If you don't like James Worthy, you could try Thabo Sefolosha. What you could also do is just move Franz to your 3. And so you have Franz and Jaime as your 3s. Maybe you have Franz off the bench, maybe you start him, whatever you think. And then you could pick up a 2. Shooting guards that are decently affordable. Andrew Wiggins, I think, is still probably the overall best one for his price anyway. So I think if you're looking to do something, maybe you add Jaren Jackson Jr. and Andrew Wiggins are the 2 guys you add, and that replaces James Worthy and I guess Cycly if you're not a huge fan of him either. And I think that is going to overall get your lineup set up more where you really want it, is basically what I will say. Fabu says he has 350k MT, really needs a shooting guard and a small forward. He does. I wouldn't want to spend a ton of MT with the team he's got right now. I think shooting guard Doug West, super affordable. Small forward Ariza or Thabo Sefolosha, one of those 2. Tabo's a little more complete stat and badge-wise defensively. Ariza's jumper's a little bit better. They're similar cards, though, I think. I think they're both very good. That's who I'd be looking to add, though, is one of those 2 guys for your small forward, and then probably Doug West for your shooting guard. It's just those are going to be your most affordable options, realistically, and I think that's what's going to give you the best chance of success is having those guys as your budget options right there. And that'll also give you the MT where you still have flexibility with 300k MT for future drops and future content. And then the final team today comes in from Dwight Powell Lover. Me too, as a Mavs fan. But he says he's got 170k MT. Bench needs a lot of work. It does. This is true. Okay. He's got a bunch of unsellable cards. I actually like Siakam. I like Siakam a lot more than that KP because that KP has 50 speed, but I get that he's 7'3" and that he's got a really nice release. So I guess there is an argument he's still play him. Your 4s and 5s, though, at the end of the day are good. There they are. I think the problem with this team is your bench. Number one, I know Chauncey Billups unsellable. You got to get him out of there. Bradley Beal, you could also get him out of there for Thabo Sefolosha or Doug West as well if you wanted to. But I think right now the biggest person that you should be looking to add is a new point guard. And honestly, Mario Chalmers, he's less than 10,000 MT. Absolute no-brainer. Is going to save you a ton of MT. And I think he's probably your best option overall right now for a backup point guard. And then maybe you go B-Roy backup 2 and Ariza backup 3 would be probably how I would do the rest of the bench. I think overall that's going to give you the best chance to have serious success is if you are able to make some real changes with your team, though. And if you can get that bench organized a little bit more with a couple of those budget cards and some stuff like that, I think you should be looking just fine. And then the no, that is the final team for my video. Sorry. Whoopsie daisy. I thought that we had one more team left, but we do not. All right. So I guess that is going to do it for this video. Then I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.